For the best movies in 2022, at number 5, we've got Nope. Anticipation was high ahead of Jordan Peele's latest film, which saw him reunite with Get Out star Daniel Kaluuya. The trailer was dissected and theories flooded social media. Was Nope about the rapture? An alien invasion? Climate change? What no one saw coming was the film opening with one of the most harrowing chimp scenes committed to celluloid that proved the inciting incident of a huge, scary, beautiful spectacle that paid tribute to the best of early Spielberg. While Peele acknowledged the tribute, he also reiterated that this was not Jordan Peele's Jaws, it was Jordan Peele's Nope. And that auteur status is well deserved after the winning streak of Get Out, Us and Nope. The former sketch comedy star has proven to be one of the most intriguing filmmakers working today. He staged one of the most complex and largely dialogue-free action sequences of the year and wrote the most perfectly imaginable return to screen for Michael Wincott. Where Nope features a bad miracle, Peele's filmography has proved to be a good one. And at number 4 we have Licorice Pizza. What happens when an 8th grader asks a grown woman out for a date and she actually turns up to it? So mused writer-director Paul Thomas Anderson for 20 years, before he finally got around to figuring out the answer in his 9th feature, Licorice Pizza. Set in the sun-drenched San Fernando Valley of the 1970s, aka Anderson's youth, it focused on a 15-year-old Gary Valentine, an effervescent, fast-talking child actor, and 25-year-old Alana Kane, a photographer's assistant adrift in life. He does indeed ask her out, she agrees platonically, and what follows is a freewheeling set of misadventures with a mix of wealth and mirth with pockets of melancholy. Most of the exploits in the movie actually happened to PTA's friend, producer Gary Goetzman, and they were brought to heart-soaring life by 2 novice actors offering vivaciously naturalistic turns. Electric support came from a wild-eyed Bradley Cooper as producer John Peters, while a host of feel-good needle drops amplified the giddy emotions. The director's most endearing movie yet, proclaimed Variety. At number 3, we've got The Northman. How when Odin's named the director of art house favourites The Witch and The Lighthouse convinced studios to give him $90 million to make his dark, daring and armrest-gripping intense tale of Viking vengeance, we'll never know. But thank the Norse gods that he managed it. Blockbusters simply aren't supposed to be this weird, which kind of might explain why it underperformed at the box office. But after being rushed to home media, The Northman belatedly and deservedly found its audience. Dense in historical and mythological detail, Eggers' script smartly kept its revenge plot simple, as Alexander Skarsgård's Amleth hunted down his villainous uncle. With fine support from a wild-eyed William Dafoe and Bjork stealing her single scene as a blind seeress, with Anya Taylor-Joy's twitchy sorceress providing the perfect foil to Skarsgård's muscular lead, culminating with 2 naked men roaring at one another atop an active volcano. This was risk-taking, big-ticket cinema at its exhilarating best. Number 2, the worst person in the world. Everything is polarizing in art right now, and I want to go the other way and make something tender and caring. Danish-Norwegian filmmaker Joachim Trier said of his spellbinding The Worst Person in the World. His ode to romantic comedies of yesteryear did just that, juggling humour, melancholy and romance, while not ignoring the flaws of his decidedly modern heroine Julie. Focused on 4 years of her life, we watched her fall in and out of love, deal with loss, and ultimately try to forge a path forward. And amidst the deeply human perfect note script was also space for wonder. One particular standout scene also featured the entirety of Oslo's stock still as Julie sprinted between 2 men for a kiss. Such a deft handling of tone was anchored in the extraordinary performance of the cast. It was the finale to Trier's Oslo trilogy, and it may just be his pièce de résistance. And at number 1 we have Top Gun Maverick. There was no way that Top Gun Maverick could work. Top Gun, the movie that made Tom Cruise a star, came out 36 years ago and was a product of its time, from its power pop score and MTV edits to its jingoistic politics and unbridled machoism. Even its biggest fans wouldn't want more of that. A sequel had to again capture that need for speed, but be completely different. No, it couldn't work, and yet it did, and how? Boy oh how it worked, as Pete Maverick Mitchell found himself ordered back to Top Gun to train a batch of flyboys and fly gal to navigate a seemingly impossible mission. If the original was about cockpit cowboys fighting for individual glory, as their egos wrote checks their bodies couldn't cash, this belated sequel taught the values of teamwork and instilled belief in those without hope. Top Gun Maverick got everything right, from the frequent callbacks that each time came with a clever twist to lend the nostalgia a touch of zest, to Val Kilmer's oh-so-moving cameo as Iceman, to the slipstream of world-weariness that Mav now trailed. His trademark confidence and mischievous anti-authoritarianism were still in evidence, but the grin and the Ray-Bans had slipped askew. Cruise grounded the airborne action with a terrific performance, movie star charisma, feathered with real nuance. The kinetic, heart-stopping set pieces, meanwhile, were extraordinary, culled from 800 hours of footage and proving 10 times more thrilling than the no-stakes CGI spectacle offered by most blockbusters. Director Joseph Kosinski is a shooter, and he somehow matched, nay exceeded, Tony Scott's bar-setting visuals. It's all practical action, stressed Cruise, who not only performed his own stunts, naturally, but trained up his co-stars. Being in an F-18 is intense. I had to teach the actors how to become pilots, and how to understand cinematography and editing and lighting, so that when we were up there, they knew how to start the cameras, turn them off, and perform. They had to be absolutely spot on, as did the film, and it is. Damn, this kid's good.